Hey Facebook, how are you all? I hope you're well. I'm here sitting in my bed next to my husband. I'm actually not going to pan over to him because he's in his gear. Anyway, TMI. Oh well, I can pan over if you want to say hello. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
How are you all? I hope you're all well. Hey Danielle, how are you? I'm here sitting on my bed and I thought, you know what? I want to come on. I just want to have a chat with all my mummas out there. I really, really do. I'm feeling a little bit inspired. And as you're hopping on, tell me where you're coming in from, how your day is. And I just want to have a heart-to-heart chat with all the mums in the world. Get off to do blue steel again, says Ben. Hey, Bordello, how are you? You ready? Go. Do the blue steel. He has not lost it. He hasn't lost it. So, guys, I just wanted to have a chat with all the mamas out there because I heard something today that really resonated with me, and I just feel it's really important for me to share it with you guys. I really, really do. And that is stop trying to chase balance. And when I heard that from a multiple six-figure earner, I went, she's right. She's absolutely right. Because as mums, we're always trying to, hi Janet, how you going? Hi Demendra, thank you for watching. We're always trying to achieve balance. We're always trying to cater for our children and our husband and our friends, and we want to be something for everybody, and we're always serving ourselves last, right? And the reality is that we're always hard on ourselves because we're never ever able to be everything to everybody, and we're obviously serving ourselves last as well. And that causes us to have this negative internal dialogue. Hello, Nancy, my Latina, non-Latina friend. Olaf's looking at me going, what?
What do you want about?
Nancy knows what I'm talking about. We're always trying to have, serve everybody, children, husbands, wives, friends, everybody, and then we serve ourselves last. And so we're never ever in balance. We're never ever having that balance that we need to that we strive for, that we crave for. So because we don't achieve that, we're always having this internal dialogue that's negative, and we're always talking down to ourselves, saying you're not good enough, you're pardon the expression, you're crap because you can't do this, and you haven't done the washing, you haven't made the bed, look at her, she's got a spot on her top, look, you haven't done your eyebrows, like, look at me, I haven't done my eyebrows in a week. I was just saying to Olaf, I've got a zit forming on the side of my forehead. And so we're forever having this internal dialogue that's negative because we don't achieve that balance that we're striving for. And so the message that I got today was stop craving balance, right? Stop craving it and just accept that your life is always going to be, in balance or not unbalanced, however you say it. Oh my God. Without balance. And you know what? I haven't drunk alcohol in weeks, so we can't even blame it on the wine, right? We can't even blame it on the wine because I have not been drinking. And so it's really, really important. It's a really, really important message to absorb, especially if you're a working mum, especially if you're someone like me that's building a home business, right? Especially if you're someone that's, got a career going as well. I mean, obviously, as well, if you're a stay-at-home mum and you've got a lot of commitments. Good morning, Judy. Thank you so much for joining. Right, um, we we as mums, we're nurturing. We're always wanting to serve people. We naturally are people that want to serve. I'm not suggesting that men don't, but as mothers, right, we are naturally people that serve. I mean, we carry our children for 9 months, and we do that out of love, right? And we nourish our bodies, etc. To and we carry our children, and that's just the first part of our serving nature. So when our children come out, we serve them first. We serve our husbands or our wives, our friends. We're always wanting to put our best foot forward for everybody else. We serve ourselves last, and we're always feeling like we fall short. And I think, give me a heart emoji if you can understand where I'm coming from, right? Because I know that I do. Like I'm in this massive building phase at the moment with my business, right? I'm in a massive, massive building phase in my business, like throwing in every pocket of my time that I can, and I work it around my family. I obviously look after my children, and obviously looking after my husband. We've just moved into Noosa, and so I'm in a massive building phase, and there are some things that I have taken a back seat, and I'm not 100% on top of my washing. I'm not always 100% on top of my vacuuming. God, I looked at the floor today. When you've got a daughter like Georgie, you could vacuum, and 10 minutes later it needs another vacuum. Am I right in saying that?
Oh yeah.
So I'm not being hard on myself there, right? Because Georgie's like a cyclone bundled up in this 1-year-old body, right? And so sometimes I just have to stop myself and say, hey, I am not Superwoman, and stop trying to be this Superwoman, because that's unrealistic. It's not who I'm striving to be. I am striving to be the best version for my family, and also for my organization and for the community that I live in as well. And if I set myself up with these unrealistic expectations, I'm going to fail, right? And I got that message loud and clear today on a training when, this trainer said, hey, we've got to really cut the BS and say it as it is. We have to, especially women, stop trying to achieve balance. Stop striving for balance, because it's never ever possible, especially if you're in a home business and you're in a massive building phase. It is very unrealistic, and you're just setting yourself up for failure, right? Yes, prioritize your family, prioritize your partner, or your husband, your wife, prioritize your friends, prioritize you, right? But don't prioritize this unrealistic version of you that that has everything in perfect order. Hey Steph, how are you? Thank you for watching. That has everything in perfect order, because, well, you risk for burnout for sure, but it's not sustainable, and you are setting yourself up for failure. And if you do strive for that, and you fall short, and you really, really want to hit that every time, you are going to have that continuous negative self-talk saying that you are nothing but a failure. You fall short every time. And, when you continuously say that to yourself, you start believing it. And that starts projecting out into the world. Nobody wants to be hanging around a negative Nancy, right? So my message to all the mamas out there, especially those that are in my space, that are, sorry for my hand, my arm's getting a little bit tired. And, if you're building a home business, especially like my good friend Steph here, she works full time. She's got a fantastic job, and she's also got a thriving home business in momentum, right? And she's got an amazing partner in Gus as well, and a fantastic dog in Biggles. He's so beautiful, right? And, she's doing great, right? And it's so easy for so many people in Steph's situation to be striving for this unrealistic expectation to just have everything in perfect order. But you just do what you can with the 24 hours, right? And just know that, hey, the washing may not be done when you normally would want to, or hey, I've got some grays happening, right? Oh well, I'll get my hair done next week, right? Stop striving for that balance and thinking that you have to have it in perfect order. Hi, RT. You have to have it in perfect order all the time. You don't. That's just you setting yourself up for failure, setting up this unrealistic expectation that only you are setting up. No one is expecting that of you. And it certainly, if you're in my space and you're building a home business and you're projecting that you're this perfect specimen with nothing out of order, and your hair's not messy like mine is, and you don't have zits coming out like me, and you're Botoxing every 2 seconds and stuff like that. That is so not relatable, because I can tell you right now, one, I'm never going to Botox. I can tell you that right now. I will happily age. I'm happily aging, right? I'm accepting it because we all are going there, right? But I've also had to let go of that perfectionism, because I have had this perfectionism tendencies, right? And that's constantly set myself up for failure. And that's been one of my learnings, my breakthroughs that I've had, in personal development. That, you don't get an award or a badge for having a perfectly clean house every single day, and your hair and your strands in perfect order and non-wrinkled tops, and this perfectly sparkly clean car and no leaves outside of the front door. Guys, be real. Life is meant to be lived. Yes, I agree that we all have responsibilities and things need to be attended to, like we need to look after our children and our family, and we need to spend quality time with them as well. Hey, Denny, thank you for watching. Denny's in the house. Denny.
Funny.
Denny's in the house, honey. It's okay. It's an in-joke with Denny. She kind of like said some nice things about my husband. He's got a big head. But seriously, guys, a message to all the mamas out there: stop striving for balance. Cut yourself some slack. Everything is going to be okay. Tomorrow's going to come regardless, right? And if you try to strive for balance, and you're setting yourself up for failure, because especially if you've got multiple commitments, like working from home or having a corporate career, or even if you're a full-time mum. Hey, trust me, I look after my children full time, and that's a job in itself. Like, seriously, it's a job, especially when you have, Georgie. She's like the equivalent of 4 children in one, and she can certainly make life very, very interesting. Let me tell you. Ask Olaf as well. She is a 1 in a million.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're never going to have that balance. You might achieve it from time to time, but don't strive for it every single day, because you'll burn yourself out. You'll project negativity because you're constantly talking negative about yourself, because you're falling short all the time. And not only that, because you're always striving for this perfect specimen, you're going to miss out on some of the important bits in life. Like, you're not going to be present. And you might essentially miss out on some really beautiful moments in your strive for perfection and balance, right? Just, okay. You know what? I went live with vomit stains on my top a couple of weeks ago, and I just went, you know what? I just want people to know that I'm a mum and I have vomit stains on my top. I know it's not the done thing, but hey, if I show that I'm this perfect specimen with with things like in order all the time, that is very unrealistic and very boring too. I need to, I need to show people that, hey, I'm human and I don't always exactly, Steph, live in the present moment. And trust me, that's a lesson I've had to learn. It definitely is. Because when I first met Olaf, oh God, I would stress about shoes being out of place, everything, colours. I seriously, and look, I did do this in my last house. So right now we're living out of a suitcase until we move into our new place. So that may return. But my dresses were all in colour order, and my shoes were, and all of that sort of stuff. And so it'd look good at the start of the week. By the end of the week, they'd be all out of order, and I would stress about it. And when you think about it, you think, who cares if orange is sitting next to the blue? I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but I have been known to do that. And labels facing front ways in my pantry, I have been known to do that as well, where all my cans need to face front way. But really, who cares, right? So guys, message to you, seriously, to all the mamas out there, right? I mean, Nancy, thank you so much. See, I see you and I are so alike. It's like, seriously. And there's nothing wrong with striving for perfection. I'm not saying that you shouldn't strive for perfection, but don't make that the barometer of your day. Don't make that whatever you're striving for be how you measure every single day. Don't base your happiness matches the colours of her pegs. Are you serious? That's not you, Steph, is it? I hope not. I'd be worried. Oh Lord. Don't measure the outcome of your day based on your happiness on the outcome of your day. If you don't get everything right, oh well. You're not going to get a medal by being this perfect specimen. Don't strive for just being everything to everybody. And whilst I'm on that subject as well, being a mum, it's okay to have time to yourself. Like I seriously did. Olaf came home. Thank goodness, Steph. Olaf came home tonight, and the kids were a little bit off tap today. Not so much Alfie, it's Georgie, but she hasn't been well. She's got conjunctivitis, she's got a bit of a head cold, so she was very, very like a diva today. Like, she wanted to sit on the white chair, and the white chair had to be in a particular place, and she wanted to drink on it. She was like seriously high maintenance today. And I said to Olaf, you know what, honey, can you please look after the kids for now, because I seriously need to have some time out. And it's okay to do that. He has time out as well. And it's okay to do that, because you need to get your sanity back. You need to, regain your energy again. And there is nothing wrong with that. And I just, once upon a time I used to feel guilty, right? I used to feel guilty about feeling that way, thinking I shouldn't feel this way. Being a mum, I should be grateful. I am grateful for my children. Trust me. They know that I love them. I hug and kiss them and tell them that I love them every single day, without fail, right? But in order for me to be the best version of me as a mother, I also need to fill my cup. And there's nothing wrong with you filling your cup. Absolutely nothing wrong with filling your cup. And don't feel guilty about wanting to do that. Whether that means you taking time out for yourself and go upstairs like I did, or going out and getting your nails done or getting your hair done, whatever it is that you need to do to recenter yourself, get your energy back, because you get no prize for being this burnt out martyr. You get no prize whatsoever, right? And you'll fall sick, and you'll be unhappy, right? I've been there, guys. I've been there. I've had to really, really let go of perfectionism, of having everything in order. And when you've got very, I, I love her. She's like this tornado of a child, Georgie. And Alfie's obviously special needs as well, and you've got both of them together, and sometimes they clash. It can get really, really, the environment is, full of anxiety. It really is draining, and I know I've got a lot of friends that have got special needs children, high functioning children, etc., and it can be really draining day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. So in order for you to best serve your family and your friends, you need to serve you, right? And so stop striving for perfectionism, stop striving for balance, because it's an unrealistic expectation. It's okay to have things not in order. It's okay to have washing weight for a day if it means that you regain your sanity. It's okay if you have takeaway one night, right? It's okay. No one's judging you but you. And if people do judge you, you know what? They're not your people. They're not your people. And you've just got to look after you and your family and your circumstances. And whatever anybody else says is totally insignificant. What matters is your family and your inner talk. Because your inner talk, you are your biggest audience. You are your biggest cheerleader and your worst critic. So make sure whatever you're saying to yourself is there to fill you up and lift you up, and not constantly pull yourself down. Because, I've been in depression before. I've had postnatal depression before. It is not a good place to be in, to be in that state. And so to get yourself back out of depression is really, really difficult. Nothing in life is worth you striving for perfectionism at that level. I mean, seriously, what's worth striving for? Happiness. Happiness that is deep down in your belly, and warmness of your heart and love. Strive for that. That's more important, right? Because if you're happy within, and you love yourself, and you love, your life, and you keep constantly pouring love into you, man, that radiates. And you feel good, you feel healthy, you're a better parent, you're a better, wife, sister, daughter, friend. That's better. But striving for this unrealistic person, is you're just setting yourself up for failure and unhappiness. So I hope that inspires people. I'm only sharing part of what I've learned, and this message totally resonated with me because I know that sometimes I do have that mum guilt where I just go, because I love my business. I love what I do. I love helping people. I love serving my profession. I love it's my passion, and so because it's my passion, it's a big part of my life. But it's also afforded things for my family that if it wasn't there, we may not be able to do the things that we do, right? And so, hey, Rebecca Randall's in the house. Hello. We love you too, Denny Hunt. Don't you forget that. And so I don't even know what I was saying, but I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you all have an incredible day if you're on the other side of the world. Good evening if you're here in Australia. It is Tuesday night. I'm in the future. I'm heading into Wednesday. And so, and you know what? I repeat, I have not had alcohol in a while, so I didn't even know how long. So I can't even blame it. This is just delirious happiness, right?
Yeah.
I'm just happy. So So, guys, have a great evening if you're here in Australia. Good morning if you're on the other side of the world. And you will see me soon. Bye for now.